Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today we're doing another challenge, and that is, can I put together a complete, well-rounded toolkit for £100 in an antiques emporium? I'm at the Blakemere Antiques Emporium with loads of different vendors, loads of different booths, a whole mix of stuff, and I know there are tools here. So can we get all of the standard stuff? Pliers, cutters, spanners, Allen keys, a toolbox to put it all in, a hammer, all that kind of stuff, a full well-rounded toolkit for for exactly £100. I'm pretty confident. I've seen some really great stuff in antique shops, and I think it'll end up being a better quality toolkit. So let's have a look. Lots of good stuff, lots of good stuff. No tools, no tools. Little tenon saw, £4. Getting somewhere now. Told you they'd have tools in here. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go, here we go. £7, decent adjustable. And this is the difference. So when we did the bargain home toolkit, we were looking at £8 for something really cheap and nasty. And look at that, a really nice forged adjustable spanner. So we are getting somewhere now. So we've got an adjustable, £6. Zollstock, it's going in the kit. Did you know about my Zollstock collection? Because that might just have to be added to it. Got a hammer as well. Right, so we've got a couple of items that are on the list. They have got a few different plier options. £6 for some American, made in Jamestown. That's proper stuff, that, isn't it? A pair of pliers, made in the USA. Love it. So I reckon that's a good one as well, because they are like bullnose pliers. And these are like classic combination pliers. Small grips, made in Japan. Toyota. That's flipping quality, that, isn't it? Look at that. Japanese made, Toyota. £1.50. Can't be bad, can it? Hammer-wise, that's an interesting looking hammer. I've never seen an hammer like that before. They've called it a shoeing hammer with a light claw. £10. Shoeing hammer? Don't need them. I'm thinking a classic claw hammer would do us. Again, that looks like a shoeing hammer. It's just got like a different claw. No maker on that. So at £20.50, and we've already knocked off a couple of items off our list, and I've not even gone through this lower shelf. So screwdriver-wise, they've got some really nice. This is British made. That's a flat-headed screwdriver. Let's have a look down here. We're already looking good tools. We've got 3. Little 1/4-inch bit set. I was struggling to find one of those in the bargain kit. £6 for one of those. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not vintage, but £2 for a junior hacksaw. That can go in the kit. That's a nice little pickup. See, I wouldn't mind one of them. I don't know if the budget will stretch. The classic, how much is this? £18. We had a combi drill in the High Street £100 toolkit. This is a proper drill, this is, from the old days before electric. I think we do go for a couple of the screwdrivers. If we can put a few together. See, that's nice. So that's like a little thin one. It kind of feels like it needs a new tip grinding on it. £3. That would be the flathead sorted. We just need some sort of posi drive from Modern Toolkit. We get a wooden file as well. So we're at, price it up, we got £1.50, £6, 7, 6, 2, 7, 3, and 5, and 2. 38, £39.50 for all that. I'll best write that down. We're at £39.50. We still got to get a toolbox though. Oh, knife. Butter knife? Nope. Pint, mate. Yeah, my pab. Proper setup here, isn't it? No tools though, no tools. Keep on the mission. You have to give me 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to see if any needs a first edition. That's the job, isn't it? You get a first edition, one of those, you're retiring. That's what I've heard. Now we also need a toolbox. So I have to keep my eyes peeled. Sometimes toolboxes don't look like toolboxes. It could just be any sort of case. So far we've got the potential for a saw, which I do like. I do think I might come back for that. But it's early doors yet, so I'll leave that one there. One thing I'm looking for is a knife. I think I found one around the other side, but I wasn't looking close enough around here, and knives can be mixed in with other stuff, because it could be a pocket knife. But there you go. Got some planers. Don't think I need a planer though. That's very unstable, that thing. Why is that? Oh yes, nearly. Nearly. No, nothing bust. There's a coat standing here that's it's causing me aggravation. Okay, me love. Pinking shears, old pinking shears. I thought they were scissors. I wouldn't mind a pair of scissors. Scissors are an underrated tool. The amount of times you use scissors, so a pair of scissors in a toolkit is a real bonus, but these are called pinking shears. For me, they just look like, you know, if you want to cut a crinkly edge on a piece of paper, maybe pinking shears mean something different. Let me know in the comments. You got a pair of pinking shears? I don't have pinking shears in my toolkit, but maybe I'm missing out. They are a throwback. 1999, so I don't know if this shows my age, but I had the full set of these Wombles. I used to love the Wombles of Wimbledon. I was actually referred to as a Womble because I used to save everything, and I still feel pretty much that way. We've got 3 of the McDonald's toys there. McDonald's, I had the full set of them. Don't know where they've gone, but love the Wombles. Big question, tape measure or Zolstock? I wonder how old that is. It's made out of like Bakelite or some different plastic. Got a lock on it. Doesn't say any year or anything. £4. Little pickle, I think we include that. We're at £39.50. So with that, we go to £43.50. We've got a spanner, but I think that doesn't solve much of my problem. I don't think one spanner gets us any further forward, but we can remember it's there. Ah, here we go, here's something. We've got a couple of rulers, but I think we've already sorted our ruler. But a little set square, £7. This is like a proper engineer's stainless steel square, so that's actually better as far as I'm concerned. It's better than a speed square, it's better than a set square. Let's have that in the pile. That's £7. So that's putting us at £50.50. Still got a few items to get though, so this budget is flying up, but I'm conscious we don't need a big power tool, so we don't have a big expense there to cover. £50.50, we're halfway. Oh, now here we go. Do you think we should put a little guitar in the kit? Any guesses in the comments what this is? Because it ain't a banjo. Back in the day, they used to put hot coal in this and warm up the bed sheets. Every single antique place across the whole of the UK has got at least a dozen of these. I don't know where they end up, but someone's buying them because they're still being sold. Anyone remember the pigs by Wade? Another classic of antique shop. You see these, I can see one behind your head, Matty. They're everywhere, these Wade pigs. A little bit of trivia. What bank gave these away? Back in the day, banks used to give these out when you opened an account with them. Pretty mental to think that, especially when they're made by Wade and they're worth quite a lot now. Well, relatively. I think some of them are worth more than others, but let me know in the comments. Another classic of the antique shop, the board game section. Now, we actually did come here once before and sold them out of all of the Scrabble sets. We bought every Scrabble set in here for a secret project, which may never see the light of day, but we'll see. Stay tuned. That's why you've got to subscribe to the channel, because we've got lots of exciting things to come. Sometimes we don't even know when they're going to come. But looks like they've restocked. Look, a few more copies of Scrabble back in stock, so that's good to see. We've got a Stoke City fan in our office. Do you think we should get this for Jamie? Just for the banter. That's not going in the budget, but Jamie the Stoke fan's getting that.
Nice one.
Stoke City's the club, isn't it?
That's mine, yeah. I'm a big Stokey.
Oh, Stokey.
This looks promising. We've never done anything with an ammunition tin, but these kind of like military salvage stuff is really, really cool. Just feels like that could make quite a cool toolbox. There's no handle on it. Oh, there is a handle on it, actually. That one's got a better latch on it. They're very simple, but they're just, the worn effect of them does look quite nice. That is probably the best one. And we'd have to just bend that latch a little bit. I like that though, that is potential for the toolbox. We'll leave it here in case we find something else, but I like that. Oh, that's not bad. What would you choose, a £28 ammunition box? Or this? I saw the price tag before I saw anything else. Well, I saw the case and then £12. Maybe that's why it's only £12, because it can't get open. Usually it's 000, isn't it? Nope. I'll put it back to what it was left on, but it don't work. £10 for a tin. Tin. Again, it's not bad. 2 layers of foam in that for tenner. A bit scratched up, but that's the beauty of something second hand, a bit old. Sniffed out some tools. Oh, I can see there's hit the jackpot here, and that is the first item off the list. Pair of snips. No price on that though, and that's not bad. That's like a little pair of long nose pliers, £3. I think they go with the others, because we've got a pair of like big grips, but nothing like a long nose plier, so that's pretty cool. Tool for stretching. Don't really need one of those. A little chisel's not a bad shout. £4, Japanese made chisel. We don't have a chisel. That's not a bad shout for a toolkit. Another little chisel. These are pretty cool. Gilbos, made in Sheffield. Recognise them. They've been around for a long time. Tin snips. And that's pretty good. That's like a Bakelite handle. Old school adjustable screwdriver. Made in England. £5. I reckon that's something we could include in the kit. I mean, we've still not got a Positron screwdriver, but a flathead is not bad. Definitely get the snips, definitely get those. I don't think we need these because we've already got a couple of plier options covered. Mind you, how much were they? They were £6. They were £1.50. Yeah, I don't think we need those. Quite tempted to get a pair of Gilbos though. £8. And then do we need a chisel? £4. I think that'd be a pretty good shout, to be fair. We've still not got a hammer though, so that's a maybe. No shortage of these. No shortage of those. Wherever you go. I like them 2 screwdrivers, they're great. Right, so items we've got. We've got 2 pair of snips. I think we just keep those and then we put those other ones back. I feel like they're a better pair of snips. I like the torpedo level, that's handy. And that's answered our Phillips screwdriver problem. We've got 2 sizes. These are the only metric spanners I've found. We've got 17 and 10. That's quite nice, 17. I feel like I would like to get that just in case we get another couple of them. Multi-wrench, 9 to 14 and 15 to 24, which is not bad. I've never used one of these before. Looks like it might be a bit dodgy, but we'll get that. And maybe that is a stand-in replacement for the wrenches. Same booth, we found our first knife option, but it's locked in this cupboard and it's up there. A little utility knife, not ideal really. I would like something like this, a pocket knife. That one there's £64. Not gonna happen, but this thing up here is a lot more modern, but it's a £5. But we'll have to ask someone to open the cabinet for us. And other than that, I haven't seen many knives. And I think a knife, a good knife, is a very important part of a toolkit, so I can't skip it. So I think for £4, I've come back for it. I've not seen a better saw, and I think that's a pretty cool addition. Nice wooden handle as well, I really like it. That's coming with us. So I've come back to this booth. I think we'll get the hammer. The only item left now is firstly doing a roundup on the price, see where we're up to, because then I know how much I've got left for the toolbox. And then final thing is a knife. So I like the utility knife. These multi-tools, I'm not sure on. I don't really want to go for those. So I think we go for that utility knife. But let's go back to the till and do a roundup. I'll tell you where I need to be, because it's obviously a lot of things to add up.
Where you need to be, okay.
It's not far off. I've got a tool.
Under 20.
Yeah?
It's as it is.
Under 20, they're all under 20, but
you go,
there's
then.
£51 worth of stuff right there. That's from a separate booth entirely, as is
Are
that.
you paying cash?
Yeah,
It's got to be, if there's any discount.
I can do that, yeah. And we've got £5 on a level.
5, 8, 11, 13,
That's not got a ticket.
13, 18, 23, so say 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, what's that come to?
I will just tell you in one moment.
Oh, there we're getting close.
83.
83.
Yeah.
Right. That leaves me £17 and I'll show you the item I need to get. No, it's just down here, I'll go and get it. I want to put it all in this. This is going to be the toolbox, but it's 28. £17 left to make it around 100.
Hell, sweetheart.
Oh, but what can we do then? Can we squeeze it a little bit down here?
Can't, darling, no. I'm already taking stuff off that I shouldn't.
But I'm sure this chap on Unit 48, he's selling a load of stuff here all at once.
We'll see if that's what he's here for. How much is on the box?
28.
Cash?
Cash.
Can be 24, so.
24. Right, well, if we knock that off, that 17 goes to 23. £23?
No, darling. It should be 25. It's 10% for cash.
What else can we lose? So I think we'll, well, what we'll do is, I think we don't need that. We'll lose that. We'll lose that for 2. Definitely want to keep the saw because that's a nice object to go in the kit. We could lose this. I'll tell you what. We'll lose the set square. That's 7, and that puts us to 24 on this box. It was relatively painless, hopefully for you. Don't want to cause you too much aggravation.
Oh, well, all right, thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
No change needed.
No change needed. All balanced.
Fab. Thanks very much.
Okay, my love, thank you.
See you now. Right, so back from the Antiques Emporium. Bit of a tricky haggling situation there at the end. It's tricky with those places because it's multiple different vendors, multiple different stalls and shops in one area. And then basically the person who's running the till rotates through which vendor is on the booth. So they have a kind of margin for negotiation. You know, when you get to that limit, they can't move a pound. We got to £101 and they wouldn't shake hands at 100. I had to lose the set square, which is a bit sad. It would have been a nice item to have in the kit, but the whole concept is £100 on the nail, and we spent £100 on the nail. And I'm really pleased with what we've got because it's something a bit different. These ammunition cases like this, you do see them quite regularly. They're on Facebook, they're in all the different antique shops and different sizes, and this one is quite different. I've not seen one that is wooden like this and that's quite wide and kind of lends itself to foam. Usually they're quite tall metal tins and they're a little bit more awkward to deal with, but this is going to be perfect for two 50mm layers of shadow foam. We can put some handles on the top one and that's going to make a really cool toolkit. So let's review what I got and then let me go and grab some foam.
All right, gentlemen, let's review.
Let's start with the screwdrivers. We've got 3 flathead screwdrivers, small, medium and large, but I've said that backwards. Small, medium and large. And then I did find, these were the only 2 Phillips screwdrivers in the building and they were wooden. And look at that, it makes a really lovely set. And we're talking about 3, 8, £15 for them 3, and then 3 and 3. £21 for a wooden vintage screwdriver set. Seems a bit pricey to be fair, but they're antiques and they are solid. And they're made in England. Much better than any cheap plastic ones you're gonna get. So they're really cool. I also picked up this. This is obviously from a different era because it's got like a Bakelite handle, but it's a ratcheting screwdriver, which I thought was a nice little addition because you can tell it's still got some age to it, but it's still working perfectly. There's no kind of no, there was a maker's mark on this. Again, made in England, and it's L-E-Y, possibly an R-S, Lyris. Not heard of it, Lyris. Have you heard of it? Let me know in the comments. So we've got those, that's the screwdriver sorted. We'll go to the spanners next. So we ended up getting an adjustable spanner, and this one, we can take this off, and let me get a knife. That is a good thing, being able to take these labels off and actually see them in all their glory.
Don't thank me. Thank the knife.
So this one is made by Challenger, forged steel, 10-inch click stop, USA made. Just a nice tidy thing, and that was £7. You can't argue, can you? That is so much. I didn't see a decent size adjustable for less than £8 when I was doing that around the shop's £100 toolkit. Now, if you don't know what that is, I've referred to that a couple of times now. Go and watch it here. We basically put the best DIY home toolkit together for £100, but I went round normal like national chain stores and local shops. I did go to a couple of little local DIY hardware stores, but it was for modern tools. So this is much better value than anything I saw when I was going around the shops. When it came to spanners, we couldn't find a full set of metric spanners, but we did find this, which is a universal wrench, which isn't a bad replacement. It's called a multi-wrench. Bit of rust on it, but it certainly looks tidy, and we'll give it a go. And then we've got a 17mm wrench. Now I bought this because 17 is one of the most common sizes, and I thought, you know, maybe this won't be the only vintage toolkit we ever do, and I'd love to get a proper set of these kind of one-sided classic wrenches because I do think they look really cool. I really like them. I've always been drawn to these single-sided wrenches. I think a full set of these in foam would look cool. But that's the wrenches, that's the spanners. Then we got the little tenon saw. This was £4, which is an absolute bargain. That was probably one of the best deals. £4 for that, it's flipping awesome. Then we've got a hammer. I'm glad we went back for this hammer because I feel like every toolkit really needs a hammer. We've got a hacksaw. Obviously this is a modern thing. This isn't old at all, but it was £2 and it was in a vintage emporium. But it's still a quality item. This is Eclipse made in England junior hacksaw. So again, it was £2, but far better than any junior hacksaw that I found on the high street. We did include a junior hacksaw in the little budget DIY home setup, but it's nowhere near as good as this one. This is a proper Eclipse Sheffield made one. And then we've got the torpedo level. £5. Zollstock Classic. Now, I'm getting some of my Zollstock collection. It's been growing little by little. Every now and then I'll see a new branded Zollstock and I'll buy it. Now this one is going in this kit and it doesn't have a logo on it, to be fair, so it's not going to be included in the collection. But I do love these folding rulers. Obviously this was all taped up, so I couldn't see how good it was or if it even worked, but it doesn't look too bad. We've got a little chisel. Again, a lovely little item because it's a small size chisel. You can use it for a lot of different stuff. It's got a wooden handle. It's 1/2 inch. Nice wooden handle, Japanese made. Goes with the hammer, makes the hammer more useful. And then for pliers, we've got this pair, which is, again, Japanese made from Toyota for £1. That's unbelievable, isn't it? Again, all these items are far better than anything I found in the home toolkit, but obviously we haven't got as much of a broad range. Pair of snips, pair of pliers, and then these look more like nutcrackers now in hindsight, but they're made in the US by Crescent, and they were just called Jamestown Crimping. But I thought they were quite a nice pickup, USA made thing. And then we've got a bit of a variety in our pliers. Then we've got, finally, the utility knife, which is the only thing I'm disappointed in, really. because it does feel a lot more modern than everything else. But there was literally no knife choices at all. I really looked through every cabinet. We went around 2 or 3 times trying to find some sort of pocket knife for less than a tenner, and there was only a couple of World War II models for like 100 and then 68, but you know, it needs a knife and it's got a knife, and then we've got the little Bakelite tape measure too. So that's all the tools. So what I'll do now is I'll measure up this box. Well, I'll do that as we speak actually. This box measures 362 millimeters by 316 millimeters. So I'll get two 50mm pieces that fit in there. And if you're doing a project like this, need a custom size, we've got a custom size page on Shadow Foam. You can get foam in any of the colors, in any custom size you need, or you can get large, medium sheets or value packs and cut them down. I'll get 2 pieces cut to size, and then we can put some handles on the top. So we've got a tray, and then we can lay all this stuff out and see if it'll all fit. Because on first inspection, the saw's a bit too big, but maybe we can get it on an angle or something. So let's go get some foam. Right, so I've got 2 pieces of foam. One of them should squeeze into this perfectly tight because it's going to go all the way to the bottom and it'll never come out again, and I can see that's already perfect. This one is a touch narrower because this is going to be a lift out tray. So before I do the layout, I need to sort out handles because they will affect the way that the layout goes. So for that, you basically need a template. And I had this on hand. This is just a switch front, and it's got nice radius corners, and I can literally just center it, cut round it, and that'll give me a handle either side. And then that way, I've got 2 blanks that I can do the layout on. So let me cut 2 handles out, and then hopefully we can sort the layout. So I've got a layout that I'm pretty happy with. I ended up having to do 2 diagonally based layouts basically. So this is a bit of a tricky one because when it comes to layouts, I usually start in a corner, or I'll start on an edge, or I'll try to line up the spanners. But with this, I had 2 large items and they wouldn't go in the same insert together. So essentially that pretty much gave me a starting point. The saw had to go in on a diagonal and the hammer had to go in on a diagonal, and I didn't want the saw in the top layer because it was the lesser used item really. So the saw had to go in the base, the hammer had to go in the top tray, and that was pretty much gave me a start really. And then I just kind of jiggled things around, and I want a satisfying layout. So there's probably a few other ways to do this that are less satisfying, but this looks nice to me. We're gonna have the points of the screwdrivers on top of each other, which will still look cool. I've got the Zollstock on its side to take up a bit less room, and then the only item I'm going to have below another item is the little Junior hacksaw will go below the tenon saw. And that is it, that's the layout. So let's cut some foam. And when it comes to cutting foam, all you need is one of our basic cutting kits. So basic cutting kits contain anti-cut gloves like this one, scalpel, blades, everything you need basically to cut and shape shadow foam to get all your tools organised. So I'll put that back. I've got my glove on. Scalpel's already loaded with a fresh sharp blade, and you definitely want to make sure you've got a sharp blade. Make sure you've got your glove on, and then it's just a case of cutting around the items, peeling back the layers and getting it all looking sharp. So let's start cutting. Right, so there we go, all pretty standard stuff. Cut around the items, peel back the foam, everything's in. This was a bit quirky. So the tenon saw, I cut in, and I had to cut it quite deep because the handle's about 20mm. Once I peeled everything back, I laid the hacksaw down and just went again. Cut round it, peeled it back. The exact same technique, but just on the blue layer of foam basically. And that is now all of the tools cut in. All I'm missing now is some finger pulls, which are pretty essential. Using tools in foam like this it looks great without finger pulls, but it doesn't make life easy when it's struggling to get things out. So some simple finger pulls, and all I need for that is a 25mm wide steel ruler, 30 centimeters long, and then one of our stencil sets. And then that way I can add tracks So I'll probably add something across there. It'd be nice if we could add an arc, but I think just a straight line is pretty good. And then we can add a straight line across here, probably all 5 of those, and then probably one across there. So I'll add some finger pulls to it, and then we can see how it looks in the box. So let's get cracking. So there we go, all finished. I've got finger pulls cut in on everything now. That's quite unusual, doing a diagonal finger pull, but it really does the trick. Everything's now accessible. We've got half moons on a few of the items. All we've got to do now is chuck it in the box, and it should fit. I haven't done a test fit yet, but it was measured pretty accurately, and there we go, satisfying. Fits absolutely perfectly. So that's the base layer, and I'm glad we went for blue foam. It's a nice contrast. And then we've got the tray. 50ml, boom, right to the top. Lid shuts. And that is all done, and that is a lot for 100 quid, I reckon. That is a really complete toolkit. Missing a few bits, to be fair. Could do with some Allen keys, but there's a lot of value and a lot of quality English-made tools in there. What would you prefer? If you were spending £100 on a toolkit, would you go for this one? Or would you go for the high street toolkit that we did, the budget home toolkit we did a few weeks back for £100? Which one would you go for? There's a vote in the community section. You can go and choose your favourite, but this is an active challenge. I think I've done 2 pretty good toolkits here for £100, but I'm really intrigued to see what you guys can come up with. And if you're a maker or a video content creator, I'd love to see, get out there with £100 and see what you can put together, because it is a bit tricky, but it clearly can be done. We've done it twice now, and it was really fun. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see us make a bit of a twist on this challenge. Maybe we could increase the budget or do something a bit different. I read all the comments and I reply to them all as well. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got big things coming. I'm off to America very, very soon to pick up some of their quirky tools and toolboxes, bring them all back here and get some foam in them. So there's lots of good things coming. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, why not check out some of our others? We've got new videos coming out every week. And Colin Furs, what's the quickest way for people to see these videos?
Subscribe.